Hello ma'am, my name is Buscado and my topic is about Book 3 of Condition of Employment. So, hours of work. Article 82 coverage the provision of this title shall apply to employees in all establishments and undertaking whether for profit or not, but not to government employee, managerial employees, field personnel, members of the family of the employee who are dependent on him for support, domestic helper, person in the personal service of another, and workers who are paid by result as determined by the Secretary of Labor and appropriate regulation. As used herein, managerial employees refer to those whose primary duty consists of the management of the establishment in which they are employed, or of a department or subdivision thereof, and to other officer or member of the managerial staff. Field personnel shall refer to non-agricultural employees who regularly perform their duties away from the principal place of business or branch office of the employer, and those actual hours of work in field cannot be determined with the reasonable certainty. Article 83, Normal hours of work. The normal hours of work of any employee shall not exceed 8 hours a day. Health personnel in cities and municipalities with a population of at least 1 million, or in hospital and clinics with a bed capacity of at least 100, shall hold regular office hours for 8 hours a day for 5 days a week, exclusive of time for meals, except for the exigencies of the service required that such personnel work for 6 days or 48 hours, in which case they shall be entitled to an additional compensation of at least 30% of their regular wage for work on the 6th day. For purposes of this article, health personnel shall include resident physician, nurses, nutritionists, dietitians, pharmacists, social worker, and laboratory technician, paramedical technician, physiologists, midwives, attendants, and all other hospital or clinic personnel. Article 84. Hours work shall include all time during which an employee is required to be on duty or to be at prescribed workplace, and be all the time during which an employee is suffered or permitted to work. Rest periods of short duration during working hours shall be counted as hours work. So, Article 85, meals period. Subject to such regulation as the Secretary of Labor may prescribe, it shall be the duty of every employer to give his employees not less than 60 minutes time off for their regular meals. In Article 86, shall shift differential. Every employee shall be paid a night shift differential of not less than 10% of his regular wage for each hours of work performed between 10 o'clock in evening and 6 o'clock in the morning. And Article 87, overtime work. Work may be performed beyond 8 hours a day provided that the employee is paid for the overtime work and additional compensation equivalent to his regular wage plus at least 25% thereof. So, work performed beyond 8 hours on a holidays or rest day shall be paid in additional compensation equivalent to the rate of the first 8 hours on a holiday or rest day plus at least 30% thereof. And Article 88, undertime is not offset by overtime. Undertime work on any particular day shall not be offset by overtime work on any other day. Permission given to the employee to go on leave on some other day of the week shall not exempt the employee from paying the additional compensation required in this chapter. So, and Article 89, emergency overtime work. Any employees may be required by the employee to perform overtime work in any of the following cases. A. When the country is at war, or when any other national or local emergency has been declared by the National Assembly or the Chief Executive. So, B. When it is necessary to prevent loss of life or property, or in case of imminent danger to the public safety due to an actual or impending emergency in the locality caused by serious accident, fire, flood, typhoon, earthquake, epidemic, or other disaster or calamity. C. When there is a urgent work to be performed on machines, installation, or equipment in order to avoid serious loss or damage to the employer or some other cause of similar nature. And weekly rest periods. Article 91. Right to weekly rest day. A. It shall be the duty of every employer, whether operating for profit or not, to provide each of these employees a rest period of not less than 24 executive hours after every 6 consecutive normal work days. B. The employer shall determine schedule the weekly rest day of his employees subject to collective bargaining agreement and to such rules and regulations as the Secretary of Labor and Employment may provide. However, the employer shall respect the preference of employees as to their weekly rest day when such preference is based on religious grounds. Article 92. When employer may require work on a rest day. The employer may require his employees to work on any day. A. In case of actual or impending emergency caused by a serious accident, fire, flood, typhoon, earthquake, epidemic, or other disaster or calamity to prevent loss of life and property or imminent danger to public safety. And B. In cases of urgent work to be performed on the machinery, equipment, or installation to avoid serious loss which the employee would otherwise suffer. And C. In the event of abnormal pressure of work due to special circumstances where the employee cannot ordinarily be expected to resort to other measures. And D. To prevent loss or damage to perishable goods. And A. Where the nature of the work requires continuous operation and stoppage of work may result in irreparable injury or loss to the employer. And if under other circumstances analogious or similar to the foregoing is determined by the Secretary of Labor and Employment. Article 93. Compensation of rest day, Sunday or holiday work. A. Where an employee is made or permitted to work on his scheduled rest day, he shall be paid an additional compensation of at least 30% of this regular wage. An employee shall be entitled to such additional compensation for work performed on Sunday only when it's established rest day. And B. When the nature of the work of the employee is such that he has no regular work days and no regular rest days can be scheduled, he shall be paid an additional compensation of at least 30% of his regular wage for work performed on Sunday and holidays. And C. Work performed of any special holiday shall pay an additional compensation of at least 30% of the regular wage of the employee where such holiday work falls on the employee's scheduled rest day. He shall be entitled to an additional compensation of at least 30% of his regular wage. And the last is D. Where the collective bargaining agreement or other applicable employment contract stipulate the payment of higher premium pay than that prescribed under this article, the employer shall pay such higher rate. And holiday service incentive leaves and service charges. Article 94. Right to holiday pay. A. Every worker shall be paid his regular daily wage during regular holidays except in retail and services establishment regularly employing less than 10 workers. B. The employer may require an employee to work on any holiday, but such employee that shall be paid compensation equivalent to twice his regular rate. And see, as used in this article, holiday includes a New Year Day, Monday, Thursday, Good Friday, and the 9th of April, the 1st of May, the 12th of June, the 4th of July, and the 13th of November, the 25th and 13th of December, and they designated by law for holding a general election. Article 95, right to service incentive leaves. And every employee who has rendered at least 1 year of service shall be entitled to a yearly service incentive leave of 5 days with pay. And B, this provision shall not apply to those who are already enjoying the benefit herein provided. And those enjoying vacation leave with pay of at least 5 days, and those employed in establishment regularly employing less than 10 employees or in establishment accepted from granting this benefit by the Secretary of Labor and Employment after considering the viability or financial condition of such establishment. C. The grant of benefit is excess of that provided herein shall not be made a subject of arbitration or any court or administrative action. Last one, Article 96, service charges. All service charges collected by hotels, restaurants, and similar establishments shall be distributed at a rate of 85% for all covered employees and 15% for management. The share of the employee shall be equally distributed among them. In case the service charge is abolished, the share of the covered employee shall be considered integrated in their wage. And that's all. Thank you po.